This video is for Google Drive tips and tricks for long docs in case you are someone like me who's creating manuals for other people that are 20, 30 pages long and you want them to be able to easily navigate it. Or if you do what I really suggest my students to do, which is to type up all of their notes into one document. So the major topics for long docs I'm going to go over are how to create a table of contents, how to use the find feature effectively, and then also split screen effectively. So first and foremost, what we need to do is to create a Google Doc so I can teach you how to create the table of contents. So let's say I'm tracking my notes for all of IB history. After I'm in class, I go through and type up all my notes again, so that way it's nice and neat. Sorry, I have to use a particular font. If you are in my class, you know that I have a certain font that I work with. So IB History Year 1 notes. So now I have my title of my doc, and now what I'm going to go ahead and do is add my table of contents first. You go to Insert, Table of Contents. I select the one with page numbers, so that way if you print it out, it's also according to page number. And now this is where every single heading that you want your table of contents to reference is going to populate. So next up, what you have to do is create your headings for what you want it to be able to take you to. So I'm going to name them after the first 3 bullets that we have for IB History Year 1. Now, in order for it to show up in your table of contents, what you have to do is click Format, or first highlight, Format, Paragraph Styles. I typically go with heading 1. It's just what typically fits with the aesthetic I'm going for. Now you can either just click Apply Heading 1, but it's going to change the font. So if you're like me and have to use a particular font, you're going to update Heading 1 to match. So therefore, it is now being added to the table of contents. To go ahead and do that again, you can go through the whole process again by going Format, Paragraph Styles, etc., or you just highlight, click Command or Control Y, and it will automatically redo the most recent thing you've done. So now I've done that for all of them. I'm going to refresh, and there you go. I have 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. And right now it's pretty useless because I don't really have that much in here. It's less than half a page. But when you start adding a lot, it comes in handy because all you have to do is click it, what pops up, and then it'll automatically take you there. Now let's say you realize, I actually want to add something into 10.2. I'm going to add 10.2 additional info. Maybe not info that is essential to whatever we're studying, but just additional info. I'm adding that in between, totally fine. I'm going to highlight, Format, Paragraph Styles, Heading 1, Update Heading 1 to match, and boom, now it's automatically in there. So you can continuously update. So now let's say you have this really lengthy doc of all these notes. The table of contents is one way to effectively navigate, but then another way to effectively navigate is to use the find feature. On a Mac, you're going to hit Command F, and on a non-Mac, you're going to hit Control F. So I'm going to hit Command F, and let's say it's coming around to finals, and I want to look up everything I have about Teddy Roosevelt in my notes. And by the way, these are my notes from college, which is why it's 2011. So all I have to do, hit Command F, type in Roosevelt. I have 4 instances, and now I can take notes or review immediately and very quickly all of my notes on Teddy Roosevelt. I really suggest using this feature, and this is exactly why I tell my students to type everything into one doc. So for example, this is a 59-page document, and instead of scrolling through, I could easily find it. Now let's say you are using one doc or slides in order to add to a doc that you have. This is where we want to use the split screen. And so on a non-Mac, it's really easy. You just have to drag it and then knock it against the side and it'll automatically go half and half for you. But this is a Mac, and so I'm not able to do that. But I do just have to drag, and then if I want to be able to adjust and make one bigger, I'm able to do so. So I really like using the split screen where I have one thing open and then I'm really able to easily see things and adjust as needed. So it's really easy because let's say I want to add specifically this little part. I can highlight, hit Command C or Control C to copy, go to where I need to add it, Command V or Control V, and now it's automatically there. I can also continuously add notes as needed. It just makes it a lot easier. Like, for example, if you're using something else as a reference, maybe it's not even something in Google Drive, but you're looking at a source that you are analyzing. So you have the source up on the left side, and then you can just take notes on the right side. So these are effective techniques for how to effectively have and efficiently use a long doc in Google Drive. So those steps were, again, table of contents, effectively using the find feature, and then also using the split screen. Hope this was helpful.